Okay, so I would like to do number 20 and 6.1, which is asking about y of w is minus k of w minus 2. And they told me earlier in this problem that k of w is 3 raised to the w.
Yeah.
Okay, questions. Do we know what 3 raised to the w looks like?
Yes.
Yeah, it starts on the just before the
Description.
Okay, so one way we could do this is we could figure out how to make a table, right? So we could do like w's and 3 to the w's.
So w is 0.
Okay, so if w is 0, 3 raised to the 0 power is 1. If we did w to the minus 1, we'd get 1/3.
And then it would infinitesimally decrease.
I don't even know what that means. Yeah, it kind of goes down a little bit at a time, maybe. Yeah, so like -2 would give us 1 over 9. -3 would give us 1 over
27.
Okay, so every time we go left, we split things in a third,
Every
right?
time you go right,
And every time we go right, we
multiply things.
multiply by 3.
Exponentially.
right?
Not
So-
exponentially, not exponentially. Sorry.
If I plot these, oops, that's supposed to be negative, or it's supposed to be a third, and this should be a 9th, and yeah, they get small from there, right? And on the other side, if I plug 1 in, I get 3. If I plug 2 in, I get 9. So 3, 9, some kind of thing looking like that, give or take.
Yeah.
How do I know it never gets negative? Like, how do I know it doesn't get... Haley, stop.
I'm not cheap, I'm just moving space.
How do I know it never gets negative? Take your mind off it.
Because it can't cross that the x-axis.
Yeah, how do I know that?
Because no matter where you put in a negative value, it will always come out positive. Because it's like 3 to the negative something. It's no problem.
Yeah, it makes it big and then puts it under 1, right? Yeah, cool, right? Because regardless of what you're doing, you're either multiplying by 3 if you go that way, or multiplying by 1/3 if you go this way. Multiplying by 3 or 1/3, you're never going to get negative, right? Okay, that seems legit. Cool. All right, so now I know what 3 to the w looks like. That's this guy. What does y of w look like? Like, what do you see in this thing? Oh, yeah, so we could calculate a formula, right? So that's -3 to the w minus 2. And we could, like, make a table and figure it out that way. That would kind of work. Alternatively, we could look at this and we could think to ourselves, there's a negative sign and a -2 going on. Would it maybe be... Maybe alternatively, I have some bubbles. Okay, so if you plug a w in there, what's the first thing you do? Subtract 2. And then you do
3 to the power of that.
3 to that power,
Negative, yeah.
3 to the stuff, and then,
Negative.
yeah, then slap a negative sign on it, right? Multiply by -1. So in the land of shifting rules, which of these things is the thing I know the picture to? Yeah, which one's the function that I know the picture of? Yeah, I know the picture for 3 to this stuff, right? I just did that here. So this is the kind of the idea of the function, right? Okay, so this -2 is affecting what? The inputs into that or the outputs of it?
Inputs.
Is it happening before I do the thing or after? Before, so it's affecting the inputs. Right, because you're changing what you're putting in. Because this is what's going to be put in, right? So I'm going to change that first, right? So this is, this -2, that's an x thing, right? And since there's no justice in the world, that's a
To the right.
to the right by 2. So that part's right 2.
Yeah.
Then this guy, where I multiply by -1, is that affecting the inputs or the outputs?
Outputs.
Outputs?
Yes.
Because it's happening right here to the outputs, right? So that's a thing that affects the,
Y. Well, it
Y's,
flips
right?
already, guys, but
so that's interchanging y for -y, right?
yes.
So that's going to flip everything over the x-axis.
No.
So that's a vertical flip. Right, this kind of flip. Okay, so I need to go take this picture, shuffle it right to, I need another color. Okay, so if I do right 2, I'm going to go boop, boop, right 2,
Uh-huh.
boop, boop,
Uh-huh.
boop, 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 boop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah? So I shifted this whole thing right 2 units. Why doesn't it look like I did much over here? Because it's already really, really small. Like,
At this scale, it'd be
making it 9 times bigger isn't that much, right? It's already pretty much 0 in my picture?
Yeah.
Okay. That's really just bad drawing on my part. So this guy is the orange. Right? That's just the right 2 part. Where do I get the whole blue thing from?
Well, flip over these.
Yeah, I need to flip that thing over the x-axis too. So I take that whole picture and redraw pointed down. All right, so these dots should be the same distance, and I dorked this a little bit.
No, you're great.
I dorked it a little bit. This distance here should be the same as that distance
It's a
there.
little
right?
bit,
It's good.
It's a little bit too steep.
It's good.
My bad.
It's good.
And that's our y of w. You guys with that? Once you get good at these, they're faster than making a table and writing it down. But it does take a little practice. Questions on this? The bubble diagram would be my preferred approach, by the way. Alternatively, you could do that from here. Like once you get good with this, right? This w minus 2, what's that doing?
That's going to take it and move it to the right too.
Yeah, that was the right 2. And this minus on the k was a,
Over the x-axis.
yeah, that's a vertical flip.
That's how
Right.
I see it.
So bubble diagram until you're good at it, and then once you're good at it, you can just eyeball the pieces. Keep in mind the x things happen backwards,
Yeah.
right?